Diana with stampingwithdie.com, and I want to welcome you to my channel. If you are new, make sure you let me know where you're coming from. If somebody referred you, I always love referrals. And if you've been here before, make sure you say hi too, and remind my old noggin where you are coming from. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I'm actually in Arizona. So if you don't have a demonstrator and you live in America, United States, I would love to be your demonstrator. And today is my Teach Me Tuesdays episode 104. I hope, did I say that already? See? My noggin. So anyways, I knew when I started doing the choice of the goodies and the guts. Hi, Teresa. Hey, Candy. Yes, it's warm. And look at me with the sweater. I have the air conditioner on so I can wear a sweater because I love wearing sweaters, and we don't have a lot of time to wear them in Arizona. And it's still pretty warm out. So, it is what it is, but so anyway, so this is my Teach Me Tuesday. So when I started to do, hey, look who, oh, hang on a minute. Let me make sure I'm in the right spot. Gosh darn it. All right, hang on a minute. Okay, I made it too big. I couldn't see who all was here, so welcome. It reminds me of a romper room, right? Who is here? Who has been a good boy and good girl? So anyways, back, I go squirrel. So when I started doing my goodies and guts where you have a choice, and I talked about those yesterday, I knew I wanted to do the 2022 Easel calendars. And the first time I did this was, and I had to look back, right, to an old video, was 2017. So what is that? I'd have to get my calculator out. So that's been a few years. So I knew I wanted to have these be one that I would do towards the end of the month. So I know that this will be a December choice for the goodies or the guts. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish them. So there's going to be a variety. So I'm going to show you two today, and I'm going to show you how they're done. Excuse me. And then tomorrow, and maybe I'm going to show different ones. So I'll make a few of each, right? And then in December, when you place your order, so to earn one of these, you'll have to place it in December, and you'll have to order at least 75 before tax and shipping. That can be a cumulative in my store. And then I'll send you an email, obviously, I always do. And then I'll ask you if you want the goodies or the guts. And the goodies, I already have what they're going to be. And if you want the guts. And then you'll just have to let me know, like, oh, I want this one or that one. And I'll have a variety available. And there'll be while supplies last kind of thing. Like I might run out of a certain one, right? So anyways, so I hope you enjoy this video. Hey, Joanne, let's see who all is here. Joanne and Ann and Sherry. Aloha, Minda, Teresa, Connie. Connie, you've not been here for a while. Teresa, Candy, Lily. Oh, it is a little cloudy when I see out my little tiny window. I just have one little window in my studio, and it's on the door. And I love that, and I don't love that at the same time, because I can't see out. Although I think if I had a big window, I would be constantly watching the birds or whatever. But it also is good because it keeps the sunlight out of the studio, so it makes my cardstock not fade, and things like that. But I do miss, seeing the birds and things like that. All right, and I can stamp naked. Oh, no, I don't stamp naked, but I surely stamp in my pajamas, and if I had a big old window, the neighbors would see that. So, there's always the good and the bad about having a big window. So, all right, so let's get, hey, Janice. All right, I know, I think we're supposed to be getting some rain, right, in Arizona. So let me stop blabbering, and I will keep an eye on if, oh, are you saying I'm the best teacher, Janice? Oh, that makes me feel so good. Okay, so, all right, so I'm gonna flip the phone and we will get started. All right. Hey, Breton. How are you? In the down under. All right. Do you know Tracy and Robert Penn? Isn't that funny? Like people, like when you say you're from Canada, like, oh, do you know so-and-so? So I'm just going to assume, Breton, that you know Tracy and Robert Penn because they're from Australia. Okay, so this piece right here, this is kind of the magical piece to the easels. And this is just a piece of, the basic white thick. So what I did was I just cut it like 4 inches, right? So this is just 4 inches. Where's my ruler so you can see that I'm being truthful, except use the ruler the right way. So this is just 4 inches by, so 10.5. So basically, it's just a piece of cardstock. I cut it at 4 inches. So you would get 2 per piece of paper. Then I put it on my Simply Scored, and I scored it. Let me write this down. Then I scored it at 1/2 inch. Can you see that? I scored it at 1/2 inch. I scored it at 2 inch. And then I scored it at 3.5 inch. So those are your magical measurements for the easel. And then you basically cut it whatever width of the card. So let me show you what I mean. So this is the card that I showed on the little beginning, right? So this is basically just a card. All right, so hold on a second. So this is just like you were making a card where you're going to cut it in, like score it in half and fold it. So this is, a card that is a stand-up card, all right? And then this is a card that is a horizontal card, right? But it's basically, just making a card. It's just making a card, but then you have that magical easel piece that turns it into an easel. So that's what we're doing. So then what I did was, then you will cut. So that's why I just do it on one long piece, because then, you're scoring it, that one time, but then you can trim it. So maybe you want a little tiny easel, and then you would just, cut this accordingly to the size of the card. So this one is cut at the 4 1/4. So then you're just going to give it a fold. So we're folding it. So we're folding it on the 2, and then we fold back on these little 1/2 inch. Oh, you don't know them, Brenton? They are super sweet. The first time I met Tracy was actually on one of the incentive trips in an elevator. And she was like, "Are you Diana Gibbs?" And I said, "I am." And she said, "Oh my God, I have the wobbles." And I fell in love right then. And we've been the bestest friends ever since. All right. So see, we've made this is your easel piece. So then I'm just going to take my green tip glue. So I'm just going to open my card up. So I'm going to put my green tip glue, and I'm going to put green tip glue on the edge there. And then we're just going to put this on there. So we're just gluing that easel piece. So you can basically make an easel card out of any kind of card, right? All right, so there's that easel piece in there. So just give it, a crease or whatever. It was a cute meet. Oh my gosh. And we've been inseparable at events ever since then. All right. And it even helps when the husbands get along, right? Because you might have a lot in common with, with the demonstrator. Obviously, we have lots in common. But it doesn't mean the spouses are, all right? But Jeff's pretty easygoing. He gets along with pretty much everybody. But it doesn't mean everyone's going to. All right, so now we've got that glued there. So now you have your stand-up easel. Okay, so let me do this one here. So now this one, we have where's my little piece? Hang on a minute. Hang on a momento. Okay, here it is. So here, now this one is the same thing. So this is that same piece that I cut that was long, but I cut one at 4 1/4, and I cut one at 5 1/2. So I'm just showing you the basic, and then we'll do the actual card. But I just want to kind of give you an idea how you just switch it out, but it's put together the same way. All right. So now, do the same thing as I did with the other one. We're going to add our green tip glue. Now, the first time I ever got one of these was actually by my friend Winona Semler, and she's a demonstrator in Canada. And she had given me one probably in 2016. I got one, and then I made one for my first one was 2017. All right, so I'm just sticking these together. And that's why I like the green tip glue, because it's very forgiving. It allows you to wiggle it a little bit till you get it right in place. Where if you used like the tear tape or the Stampin' Seal, you wouldn't have that wiggle room, right? All right. So the same thing. So then we're just going to close this. And what's nice about these are they fold flat so you can mail them. All right. So then fold this. And then this one is good for the other one. So let's get doing the actual card. And then just let it, you know. So you could make a whole bunch of bases and just, you know, add to them later. All right, so let's get to the card here. So this is what I'm doing. I chose, this is the DSP. That is the Hostess DSP. So if you haven't got a pack of this is the Pattern Party. Oh my gosh, you really need, and it's perfect with the sunflowers. All right, so I'm using the Celebrate Sunflower stamp set and the sunflower die. And I already stamped it ahead of time and cut it out just to speed that up a little bit. And then I want to color. Oh, let me get my little grid sheet out, and we're going to color. So I stamped with the Stampin' Blend. I stamped with the Memento, and we're going to color with the Stampin' Blends. So I have my little bucket. I love these little containers that put my blends in for whatever I'm doing that day. All right, so let's color our leaves so we get those out of the way. So anyways, so let's scoot down so we can see. All right, get that sunflower out of the way. So this is just Granny Apple, and I haven't done the sunflowers in a while. I had did them more last year, I think, but this was perfect, I thought. And what's fun is I'm going to make a whole bunch of varieties, because everybody, you know, wherever they put it, everybody's house is a little different, right? Like they might, when I show you the other one, is super, super cute. Everybody's decor is different. And I was just going to send the pieces, and you could make your own. But then I was like, you know what? I'm so stir crazy since I haven't been able to do anything. I'm going to want to just make. And December I don't do as much, you know, like I don't have an event or anything going on because it's December, right? We take a little bit of time off for ourselves during the holiday season. So it's the perfect time to be working on these. So this is the light Granny Apple and the dark. And I'm also going to get Old Olive as well. So this is just light and dark Granny Apple on the leaves. And like I said, I'm going to get Old Olive out just to add a little bit more dark on the centers. A little bit of white on the edges. All right, where's my Old Olive? So I'm going to get my light Old Olive. And that's just going to make that be a little bit darker in the center. just a little bit. And I'm also going to, if you ever look at a leaf as it's growing, there's actually brown to it. So when you look at things growing, so I'm even going to take a little bit of the dark old olive. Can you tell I love to color? Ha ha ha. So that's a little bit of the dark as well. Yeah, baby, that looks good. So then I'm going to also, like I said, if you look at things as they're growing, the leaves kind of have a brown color to them. So I'm going to take my light soft suede and I'm going to just put a little bit of brown on that leaf, just down the center, and it's just going to make it look even more real with that little bit of brown to it. It's very subtle, very, very, very subtle. All right, so we have our leaves done, so I'll set those aside. Now we have our cute sunflower, and like I said, I already cut it out, so I want my light and dark suede, soft suede. So what are you all? Are you ham or turkey people in regards to Thanksgiving? Now I know Canada already had their Thanksgiving. Is that the same as Australia too? Did you already have your Thanksgiving? All right, so this is the dark soft suede. So I'm just going around the edges. And it's so funny because growing up, it was just turkey. Now, growing up in Canada, our Thanksgiving was further away from Christmas, you know. But I don't remember having ham. But in the States, ham is more. But I'm still a turkey girl. But lately, we will usually do ham at Christmas. All right. So I'm just doing the light and the dark soft suede for the center of the flower. And then we have the new pale papaya. So where's my pale papaya? All right, so here we have pale papaya. So I'm going to take my dark pale papaya and I'm just going to do this in these flowers here, just where they overlap. And I love how quick this sunflower is to color. Now this is just the basic white regular cardstock, which is what I prefer to use with the blends. It's a little smoother than the thick. So usually I just use the thick as my card bases, but if I'm going to color, I use the regular. It just, you know, I just find that it's stamped smoother. So this is just a dark pale papaya. Squeak, 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 right? Squeak, squeak, squeak. Squeaky, squeaka. So this is just around these edges. So this flower is fun. It is very forgiving to color. It can be so many different colors, right? So what I'm going to do is while I'm working on these, I'm going to play around with my DSPs and just have fun. Just have fun. All right. So that was the dark, and now I'm going to get my dark daffodil. So now I'm going to do dark daffodil. So these colors look so good together. So we've got our fun sunflower. But what I mean is if I pick a different DSP, I liked this black and white check or houndstooth or whatever because it goes with anything, and I just loved the look of it with the sunflower, and I'm a big sunflower person, so this is definitely the one that's gonna go on my desk. I have sunflowers all over the house, in the studio. I even have a sunflower tattoo. It is my tattoo for my son. Get it? My son's flower. All right. So this is just a dark daffodil. And then I will finish it with the light. So see how quick? Super, super quick. But this flower looks cute in any color. So that's what I mean. If I pick a different DSP that's got some blues, I might make it be a blue sunflower. So it doesn't really matter. Okay, hold on. I'm missing a comment. Oh, you don't celebrate Thanksgiving in Australia. I didn't know that. I did not know that. All right. Oh, Janice, yes. I'm still Canadian. I'm a legal alien. All my family's in Canada. And I'm so bad. Like, I would get my citizenship. This is so like embarrassing. But I hate tests. Oh my gosh, I have no memory. So I'm scared to do the test. So there you have it. I think if I wait till I get a little older, I think the test is like the questions are easier. So I just keep putting it off. So that's so bad, isn't it? I mean, because even like I printed out all these 100 questions that they could ask you from, and I was even asking Jeff some, and he was like, I don't even know some of those, you know. But anyways, I'm just not very good at taking tests. All right, so we have our sunflower colored, but now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my light cinnamon cider. Let me scoot down again. I'm going to take my light cinnamon cider. And now I'm just going to add the cinnamon cider, and see how I'm not coloring it like I did before. Now I'm doing lines. Now I'm just doing these lines. And that's just going to emphasize like the lines that are already on the stamp, because I just want it to have a little bit of dark in there as well. And it just makes it look even more like realistic. So I'm just doing that. So I'm actually like coming within the center. Like when I've got near here, I'm actually touching the cinnamon right over that soft suede. So if there's any little bit of white area, it will get colored. So this just makes it look even more realistic. Don't you think so? I love these colors together. All right. So wait till you see the next calendar. Oh my gosh. It is too cute. And can you even guess? Oh, thank you. I love the sunflower. Oh my gosh, I love it so much. And I love that it has the dye, right? Even though I was a little off when I cut it out, it still is beautiful. So can you guess what I did for the other calendar? Can you guess? Can you guess? All right. So that looks good. I don't want to do too much. So that looks good. You can always add to it, right? All right. And then, of course, gel pen. So I have to take a little bit of gel pen. And I'm just going to emphasize these little dots that are in the center where the seeds are. All right. And that just pops, doesn't it? Doesn't that just like finish it? Just finishes up that sunflower. Oh, let me put the blends away so they're out of the way. All right. So let me bring my pieces over. So now basically what we're doing is we're just going to assemble like we're doing a card, right? All right. So I'm just going to put my pieces together. So this is just basic black behind the DSP, just to give it a little bit of stability, just a little bit of heft to it. And I have a little piece of cardstock. Now this has a little removable thing that you could peel if you wanted, but I did put some on the bottom. All right. So then this is just going to go on here like that. And then this one is the tall one. Okay, so then you could decide. So originally this was going to be this way, but then I wanted a little bit more room for my leaves. So then I decided to go this way. So by using the DSP that doesn't really have, you know, an up or a down, you're able to do that, right? You could decide after. All right, so then this just is going to go on there like that. And then take my glue dots for my leaves. Where did I get the little calendars? The little calendars I ordered online at Vippies, VIPPIES.com is where I got the little calendars. All right. So I'm just putting glue dots on the back of my leaves. So like I'm doing a bunch of these, I will like load this spool up with leaves. All right. Then I'm just going to put our leaves behind our flower. So I kind of like 2 on one side, 1 on the other. Like that. And then you decide how you want it on here. So I ended up liking it like that way. So I'm going to take dimensionals just because you want it to, what is it? You want it to skim that. Is that the right word? Is that the right word? You want it to skim over that calendar. All right, so I'm just putting some dimensionals. And you could add more if you want. I just put one, like 1 layer. Okay. Peel those backings off. And then we're going to stick that on here. So I like it to overlap it a little bit. And you can still tear it off when it goes to the next month. You know, it's not going to interfere with that at all. That's why I put the dimensionals, so it's not going to interfere with it. All right, so let me bring this back over. So now we're just going to put that on there. So this one will be one that you can choose, right? You can choose the sunflower. So that just gets glued on there. Or you can choose the one I'm going to show next. So did you guess what I was going to do for the next one? Can you guess? Can you guess? All right, so there's that one. So look how cute. So look how fun that is to sit on your desk. Oh, and I forgot to put, hang on a minute. You've got to put some bling bling. So these are actually the matte decorative dots. And I'm just going to pick a couple of the yellow ones. So we've got little tiny yellow. Stick that on there. We'll put a bigger one and a medium one just to have a little bit. It got to have a little bit of bling, right? All right. Got to have some bling. All right, so how cute. So here's the two together. So they look pretty similar, right? Pretty similar. All right, so there will be one choice. But like I said, I'll make several of the same one so that you'll be able to say, I want the whatever. And like I said, I'll come back tomorrow for my What You Making Wednesdays. I will show some other ones. All right, so they might not be all of them. All right. But there'll be some. All right, so this is, again, that little calendar. So this one's put together the same way. Peel that off. I just like to put adhesive on the bottom as well, so it's really, really secure. So we've got that. And then I picked, this is actually some of the DSP that was for the last celebration. Because I'm like, you know, I love it. And this is what I mean by it could be one way or the other. This does not have a direction. Now, that doesn't mean I won't pick DSP that has a direction. All right, so there's this one. But this one is going to go like this. So, any guess? Oh, what size are they? What size did I get? The medium size? All right. So I'm making you wait, right? I haven't done the main thing yet. I'm like teasing you. I'm so mean. All right. So there we've got this. So isn't this so cute? Now this would be good for a guy as well, right? So I picked, ta-da! Our fun little doggy, because I love this dog so much and he's so cute to cut out. So I picked the dog. I don't care if he's got Christmas lights on him. He's gonna still be cute all year long sitting on the desk because he is a rascal dog and he gets in trouble all year long, not just at Christmas. So this is another choice. So I just did 2 so far. So, but what I'll do is I will, like I said, I'll post tomorrow. I'll show some more and then I'll make a blog post and I will have more of, and what I'll do is maybe I'll just keep adding, right, as I make more on the actual blog post. Maybe I'll just put pictures of them so then you can say, oh, I would like this one or that one. So look how cute, putting that little pup there. So we're gonna do dimensionals because I want that doggy to stick out, and then we want to, don't forget his tail. So I just cut the edges because they're a little skinnier. So his tail is going to be supported as well. So let me put this on the card before I put the dog on. All right. So that's going to go on here. This one reminds me of like pajamas. All right. So wouldn't this be cute, like to put out for Santa? Let Santa have a calendar. All right. So then we're going to put our little dog right here. And then he needs bling too. So the bling I picked for the dog are the elegant faceted gems. I love these so much. So this is a sealed pack. So I'm just picking from one that was open. So the same thing. Put a couple on the card. Now I ran out of time, right? I've been trying to like play catch up, not mustard, but catch up with everything that I had. Because I still have room in my November classes that I talked about. So don't miss out. The 25th is the last day to sign up for those. But I also want to try a slim line. So we'll see how that goes as well. All right. So look how cute. So those are the little puppy ones. But isn't that so much fun? So you have this angle. Let me scoot up without it showing my big old belly. So there's just 2, but it's basically that same, you know, it starts out the same, right? With that 4 inches, and then just do the scoring. All right, so let me flip the phone here so I can say, see you later, alligator. In a while, crocodile. All right, but aren't they cute? So anyway, so I thought that would be fun, right? For December. You might be able to, the dog, I love the dog. And I ordered more of that DSP because I have a feeling the dog is going to be popular because he's so cute. But anyways, so I just thought that would be fun to let people choose in December. So again, my goodies are guts, and that goes every month, right? So the goodies and the guts for this month, hang on a minute, I don't want to get too close. Look at me. Can you see my cavities? So the goodies and the guts were this, right? So they were, I talked about them the other day. So the goodies and guts for November are the subtle shimmer sequins, and then these 3. So there's your puppy again. So I showed those the other day. So December, let me show you. Hold on a minute. As I hobble over here. Ugh. So I already know, here I'm hobble, but at least I can hobble. So December goodies are going to be the In Color Square gems, or then it'll be 3. So it'll be this calendar and then 2 other ones, but then those ones you will have to make on your own, right? Like these ones will be done. So anyways, so that's just me trying to get ahead of the game since I'm so behind with all this foot mess going on. And I was looking at the calendar, I'm like, oh my gosh, by the time hopefully I'm in 2 shoes, it will be almost 2 months since I hurt myself. That's how long this recovery is taking. Ugh. So whatever you do, don't drop a flower pot on your foot and cut the tendon and need surgery, because it's not been fun. But I have been so appreciative with everybody's patience and all the fun messages, and I love our lives because I feel like we're, stamping together and you're all my best friends. So anyways, all right, so any more questions? So I'm glad you like them. Oh, hey, Deborah. So anyway, so I'm just going to have fun with these and get my DSP out. There's that DSP that has the plants. So I want to do some with those too, because I think those would be fun. Because you could have one of these on your desk. You could have it on the kitchen counter, So anyways, oh, Barb, you are so cute. Okay, so anyways, I'm going to say see you later. I will see you tomorrow, 3 o'clock, Arizona time, same channel. And I will show you some more of the calendars that you'll be able to choose in December. All right, so I think that's all for now. Have a great night, everybody. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now.